When beach lovers dream of the perfect stretch of powdery sand, lapped by seas in sublime shades of blue, they're probably dreaming of the Bahamas. Encompassing 700 islands and more than 2,000 small cays sprinkled across the Atlantic Ocean and Caribbean Sea, this tropical paradise lies only 80 kilometers from Florida at its closest point. Once a haven for pirates and loyalists, the islands are now a playground for the rich and famous and anyone who enjoys world-class fishing, boating, diving, snorkeling, and sailing. Nassau, the nation's capital, on New Providence Island, attracts the most tourists. This bustling cruise port is a mix of mega resorts, shops, restaurants, and entertainment complexes. Grand Bahama follows in second place. The other islands, affectionately called the Out Islands, cluster into groups, and each has its own distinct character and charm. Slung like pearls across the shallow Bahama banks, the Abacos and Exumas offer some of the world's best waters for boating and sailing. These peaceful islands are dotted with sleepy fishing villages and secluded beaches, and flourishing coral reefs rim many of the shores. The other islands all offer something for discerning travelers. For the big game fishing of Bimini and the pink sand beaches of Harbor Island, to bone fishing, regattas, and uncrowded outer cays, it's hard to beat the Bahamas. For those visiting around the new year, don't miss the throbbing drums and kaleidoscopic costumes of Junkanoo, the nation's most popular festival. Dominating the skyline on Paradise Island, this splashy, salmon-pink resort evocatively recreates the legend of Atlantis in a luxury hotel, entertainment complex, aquarium, and water park. Guests at the hotel score free entry into the popular 141-acre Aquaventure, a waterscape packed with high-speed slides, more than 20 swimming areas, and a long lazy river ride. In the marine habitat, hammerhead sharks and swordfish swim through sparkling open-air pools. Guests will also find many shops, restaurants, and entertainment venues on site. The fantasy sea theme continues throughout, capturing the imagination of young and old alike. Read more. 11 top-rated tourist attractions in Nassau. One of the most popular cruise ship ports in the Caribbean, Nassau still manages to charm visitors despite the crowds of camera-toting tourists. Visitors come here to bask on the white sands of Cable Beach, explore the shops, restaurants, museums, and candy-colored colonial buildings of downtown and Bay Street, and shop for souvenirs at the Nassau Straw Market. A short catamaran ride away from Nassau, animal lovers can cavort with dolphins on a day trip to Blue Lagoon Island, while Ardastra Gardens, Zoo and Conservation Center also offers a slower pace, with its endangered and threatened species amid 4 acres of tropical gardens. Paradise Island, home to the perennially popular Atlantis Resort, shimmers on the horizon about 5 kilometers offshore from Nassau. In the remote eastern edge of the Bahamas, the Exuma Cays Land Sea Park is a no-take zone and marine protected area, the first of its kind in the Caribbean. The park boasts some of the most striking seascapes in the Bahamas, with luminous water in electric blues and bone-white sand. The area is popular with divers and boaters who come here for the quality anchorages, abundant marine life, and crystal-clear waters. On a good day, divers and snorkelers can enjoy 30-meter-plus visibility. Most people visit this underwater wonderland on private boats or liveaboard dive charters. No fishing or shelling is permitted within the park boundaries. The Exuma Cays are also beautiful. Some are home to movie stars, such as Johnny Depp and David E. Copperfield, while others are home to exclusive resorts. Great Exuma, the largest of the Exumas, Little Exuma, and Staniel Cay are popular with boaters who come here to enjoy the convivial restaurants. Don't miss Staniel Cay's famous swimming pigs and Thunderball Cave, featured in the namesake James Bond film. Pretty Harbor Island, northeast of its big sister, Eleuthera, is one of the oldest settlements in the Bahamas, as well as the site of the first Bahamian Parliament. English loyalists settled here in the 1700s. Famous for its pink sand beaches and chic resorts, the island, which is affectionately known by the locals as Breland, has long been a hideaway for the rich and famous. Golf carts rule the streets here, and visitors feel as though they've stepped back in time as they cruise past the cute, pastel-colored loyalist cottages lining the streets of Dunmore Town, the island's only settlement. Popular things to do include diving, snorkeling, fishing, and basking on the beautiful pink sand beaches. Harbor Island is a fun day trip out of Nassau on the Bahamas Fast Ferries catamaran. The northernmost of the Bahamian islands, Grand Bahama, is a popular destination for package tourists and cruise ships. The capital, Freeport, is the second biggest city in the Bahamas, though Port Lucayo has now replaced it as the tourist hub for shopping, dining, and entertainment. Port Lucayo Marketplace sells jewelry and straw goods as well as other souvenirs, and the marina is a social hotspot for tourists and boaters. Despite the island's large all-inclusive resorts and hotels, it's still possible to escape the crowds. Grand Bahama is home to one of the world's longest underwater cave systems, and nature lovers can spot many native bird species in the 3 national parks. Andros, the largest land mass in the Bahamas, has the 3rd largest barrier reef in the world, as well as many freshwater blue holes and underwater caves. It's no surprise, then, that this is a popular destination for divers. The island's vast wetlands create channels, which are prime boating and fishing areas. Fly fishing is big here, and Andros is often called the bone fishing capital of the world. Andros also has the largest protected area in the Bahamas with 5 national parks. Nature lovers will appreciate the rich bird life in the mud flats, mangrove swamps, and forests, as well as the island's eco-resorts. In addition to all these natural attractions, tourists can visit the Androsia handmade batik factory, which sells brightly colored fabrics featuring bold Bahamian motifs. Skirting the eastern shore of Great Abaco, Treasure Cay Beach is often voted one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. This spectacular stretch of flower-soft sand and aqua water wows visitors who come here to bask on its creamy, crescent-shaped shore. The beach lies in the upscale resort community of Treasure Cay, which hosts one of the most popular fishing tournaments in the Bahamas. Across the sheltered Sea of Abaco from the boating hub of Marsh Harbor, Elbow Cay in the Abacos exudes all the charm of a New England-style fishing village. Colorful cottages line the main streets of Hopetown, the island's principal settlement, and the center of town is off-limits to vehicles, lending a relaxed, village feel. Famous for its candy-striped lighthouse, Hopetown is home to a thriving expatriate community who appreciate the island's pretty palm-lined beaches, proximity to Marsh Harbor, the nation's 3rd largest town, and the excellent boating opportunities. Waianae Malone Historical Museum is a must, and nearby Guana Cay and the Tilucay Reserve, an 11-acre bird habitat, are popular day trips. Hopetown also boasts a well-developed marina. A ferry runs regularly to Elbow Cay from Marsh Harbor. Strolling the streets of Green Turtle Cay in the Abacos feels like stepping back in time to the old Bahamas. East of Great Abaco, this peaceful, 5-kilometer-long island is a much-loved hideaway for serenity seekers. Golf carts are the main mode of transport in the tiny settlement of New Plymouth, a sleepy village of picket-fenced pastel cottages, sprinkled with a few small shops and museums. Fishing boats bob in the harbor, and visitors can watch the locals haul in their catch of crawfish and conch. The island's beautiful reef-fringed beaches and crystal-clear waters offer excellent swimming, diving, snorkeling, and boating opportunities. Bone fishing is also a popular pursuit. The island is a 10-minute ferry ride from Treasure Cay on Great Abaco. Known as the big game fishing capital of the Bahamas, Bimini Island is the closest of the islands to the United States, lying approximately 88 kilometers east of Miami, Florida. The fishhook-shaped cluster of islands includes North Bimini, South Bimini, and numerous cays extending south from Pigeon Cay to South Cat Cay. Bimini hosts popular deep-sea fishing tournaments from March to September, and diving and snorkeling opportunities abound. Besides the popular shark and dolphin dives, highlights include Rainbow Reef, Sapona Wreck, and Victory Reef. Ernest Hemingway spent several summers in Bimini, finding inspiration for the novels The Old Man and The Sea and Islands in the Stream. One of the most beautiful islands in the Bahamas, Long Island lies a little off the beaten path, in the southern half of the archipelago. Almost 130 kilometers long and no more than 7 kilometers wide, the island is a land of contrasts with sandy beaches on the west coast and steep, rocky cliffs along the east. Long Island is a haven for fishing, diving, and boating, and boasts many unspoiled pink and white sand beaches. The island is also home to Dean's Blue Hole, the deepest known saltwater blue hole in the world. The Long Island Regatta takes place at Salt Pond in the summer. Access to the island is mainly by air ferry service from Nassau. Hotels.